Hello, welcome back to Truthseekerstea. My name is Kate, and I first, as always, want to thank you so much for spending your time to be here. I really appreciate your guys' presence. So, for today's pick a card reading, we are going to be looking at what comes to your person's mind when they think of you. So, there will be an energy check-in where I'm going to be asking what you would say about this person just to help you figure out whether or not the pile you choose is your pile. There will also be an extended reading where I'm pretty sure for all three piles, we will be going into getting a message from this person. So what would this person want to say to you? And I'll let you know if it's coming from their higher self or their lower self. I'm going to leave it open to whatever they want to say. And we'll also be getting message cards for each group. So for pile number 1, we have Britt's Third Eye Tarot with the blue calcite crystal. For pile number 3, we have the Pastel Journey Tarot with the rose quartz crystal. And for pile number 3, we have the Wayhome Tarot with the black obsidian crystal. So as always, take whatever time you guys need to figure out which pile you're feeling drawn to. You definitely may feel drawn to multiple piles, and that's okay. It may just mean that you have multiple people coming through in this reading for you, or it could be that you have certain messages in each pile. As always, definitely do not push any narrative that does not fit your narrative, and just listen to your intuition. If it feels right, it will feel right. But yeah, I just have to trust you guys to make sure to do that to avoid any confusion. So I also want to say, if you guys value what I do here and you guys like pick a card readings, love readings and guidance readings, I would love for you guys to join the community and hit the subscribe button so you are able to see any future pick a card readings. And without further ado, I will have the timestamps linked down below, the extended readings linked down below, and any other information that you guys might need. And I will see you at your pile. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the blue calcite with Britt's Third Eye Tarot deck, this is going to be your reading where we're looking at what comes to this person's mind when they think of you. So I just pre-pulled some oracle cards, and I think I'm actually going to start off with a little bit of an energy check-in just to make sure that this is someone that you were either thinking about or someone that you would be interested in hearing what their perspective is, because sometimes Spirit can throw us a curveball in these readings. So I just want to see who we're going to be talking about and what your current feelings and emotions are towards this person, just to make sure that we're on the same page. So Spirit, please tap me into pile number 1. Please tap me back into pile number 1's energy towards this person. Subjectively, how would pile number 1 describe this person, how they feel about them, what the story is on this person? If they were trying to tell me, what would they tell me about this experience with this person that we're asking about? What would pile number 1 explain? We have the Knight of Pentacles here in reverse. We have the Magician. What would pile number 1 tell me? We have the Three of Wands. Yeah, there's something here about you waiting for this person, waiting a long time, really having had your hopes up about this person. With the Magician here, it's almost like you maybe thought that this connection had everything that you needed, or it's like when you first met this person, it's like all the ingredients were there for a future or for things to expand. But with the Knight of Pentacles being in reverse with the Three of Wands, it makes me feel like you may have spent a long time focused on this person or manifesting them through imagining what it would be like for a successful connection with this person. It's either like you waited for a long time on this person, or you put a lot of energy into what you wanted to create. So I can see you having like manifested this person or trying to manifest them. And I'm seeing with this wand, with the Three of Wands, it's like the third wand is in this person's hand. And so it feels very intentional. It feels like you would tell someone that you really wanted this to work out with this person, or that you put in effort, you tried to sow the seeds for this connection. But with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, it may feel like you didn't make some kind of progress that you're hoping to make. So let me clarify this though. What else would pile number one explain about this? We have the Nine of Cups in reverse. Again, yeah, like not getting what you wanted. Like it's like, it feels like this was a wish fulfillment. This is something you've been wanting to manifest. This is something you thought would make you really happy, something that it's like energetically you felt very sure about it and you had your hopes up about this. What else? Yeah, we have the Six of Wands. Something about like not feeling successful, or it's like you didn't get the recognition you deserve from this person. It's like you put in effort. There's a lot of patience, I feel like, and I'm hearing it's all for nothing. It's like you put in a lot of patience and energy and hopes into this, and it's like, for what? You know, that's kind of what I'm getting from it. We have the Ace of Wands and then the Eight of Swords in the reverse position. And I'm even getting that you may have felt very tied to this manifestation, or it's like there's a confusion here because it feels like there was such a great start to this energy with the Ace of Wands being here. I definitely was feeling the Ace of Wands, and that's what I was getting with the Magician, is like this feeling of like magic and a spark with this person. And having had high hopes. Again, there's so much about wishful thinking, but not just wishful thinking. It feels like you guys may be good at manifesting, or you guys may be used to being able to energetically pick up on something and know that it's going to be important in your life. So it almost feels like this was something where it's like you knew that this was going to be important. And yeah, with the Eight of Swords, it almost feels like this connection started slowing you down, or started making you feel more stuck than empowered. So it's almost like you came into this connection or came into this contact with this person thinking that, like feeling empowered and feeling like hopeful in some kind of way. And it feels like through waiting for this person to come through, or waiting for something to develop with this person, it feels like there was this loss of optimism and freedom. It almost started feeling like you're maybe tied to this person in a way that was now holding you back. Like you weren't getting the recognition you deserve. You weren't getting rewarded for your efforts with this person. And I think it may have just been something that was unexpected, or some kind of a lesson. But that's what I'm picking up on for your energy. And I wanted to channel that as if like you were telling a friend about it, you know? So I feel like you would say that it was something that you really had your hopes up about, and someone you're very attracted to. And if this is romantic, that's what I'm getting. Like there was a strong spark. If it was a friendship, it could have just been that it just seemed like you guys were very aligned on a similar level. It's like you immediately were excited for the future and felt like this was something that you really wanted to come through. And somehow it kind of didn't, essentially. So I'm going to start off with tarot, and then we're going to pull some of the oracle cards that I got for your person. So I'm just going to take a second to re-tap into your person's energy. So Spirit, pile number one's person, please tap me into who pile number one is thinking about, who pile number one just described. I'm also going to take this time to ask, if you do find value from these readings and you enjoy what they do for you, it'd be amazing if you can hit the like button, leave any kind of comment. Really helps out, so we can keep making these videos for you guys. And I say we, me and Spirit, I don't know, but thank you. So pile number one. Pile number one's person. What comes to pile number one's person's mind when they think of pile number one? We have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. We have this Eight of Pentacles, and also in reverse. Again, something about this person not having put the work in. Yeah, we have the Magician in reverse, the Knight of Wands. Yeah, it's like some sort of action they needed to take. Yeah, let me see. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. and the moon in reverse, and the devil in reverse at the back of the deck. Okay. So there's kind of a heavier energy coming through. I feel like some sort of change in fortune met this person. So this person thinks about their fortune changing, or it's like they think about how they may have taken action towards the wrong things or been with the devil in reverse. Yeah, with the six of pentacles here as well. It's like they didn't, what they think about is how they didn't take action towards you. Or they may have even, what's the word for this? It's like it's not that they conned you, or it's not that they tried to intentionally con you. That's not what I'm getting, but it's almost like they may have taken you for granted, and they may have thought that they could have everything in the bag. So it could have been that they had multiple priorities. And it's like they thought they could, what's coming to my mind is when I was in like high school, and I remember like talking to my mom one time, and this is kind of random, but I remember telling my mom, like, I always have a way of getting things done, even if I don't plan for it, and even if I don't, put as much work in as the teachers are telling me to, or like I'll have a way of finessing my grade. And like that's just from my perspective. That's like reminding me of this magician in reverse energy. And I feel like this person banked on that confidence, banked on that, like, I can wing it, or I can find a way to maximize my results while minimizing my efforts put in. And so it's almost like this person didn't do that, or did that to you in some way, and it may have hurt you in some capacity, because it's like it feels like there wasn't an equal give and take. So with the six of pentacles being underneath here, yeah, and they may have been somewhat emotionally manipulative towards you, or not open with their emotions. And with the six of pentacles, it's like you gave a certain amount to this connection, but it may have been that this person needed to let go of something in their life that was holding them back from fully putting their energy towards you. And it feels like it's like they bet too much. There's a feeling here of like I gambled too hard, or I bet too much on my luck, and I ended up suffering from that. So what this person thinks about is how they didn't play their cards right. And so it's just the fact that it's coming through like that is questionable, just because it feels like this person is thinking about it in strategy, which is not ideal in my opinion. But it's coming through like I played my cards and I didn't win, and now I am suffering those losses because of not clearing out something. And it even feels like there was something, it almost feels like meeting you. So I'm going to go into some of the oracle cards to go more into depth, because I did see that we had cardinal here in reverse in first quarter. So I'm gonna pull these. We have first quarter. We have cardinal in reverse. We also have 3. And so I'm gonna pull them all. I don't know why I'm not doing that. We have weight of the truth and share tenderness, and then we also have Pluto here in reverse. So, and what's really interesting is that before I even pulled any cards, I was like asking Spirit for any information about this topic before we even pulled anything. And like, I heard like car crash. And then Pluto came out with like these skulls, and like the Pluto card is related to death. And so it feels like there may have been some sort of crash ending, or I'm almost getting the metaphor of someone who is very fun. So I'm getting like this fast car that seemed like everything was going in the right direction. And I'm even getting like a convertible car, like this person driving in a convertible car, maybe has you in the car, maybe has someone else in the car, has all their stuff in the car. And like in their mind, everything's going great. It's smooth sailing. But it's almost like an overestimation or something. And so it's like everything falls off the cliff. Like everything comes to a crashing end where it's like we thought we were going to make it to the destination, right? We thought we were having a great time at it as well. But then suddenly, due to this like carelessness or this mistake, the momentum has completely crashed everything. And so there's this sense of, even with the cardinal or in the first quarter, it's almost like this person thinks about how they had some sort of chance with you, or they had some sort of beginning or potential with you, and it feels like they got you caught up in something else. Like that's just coming through, that I feel like there's, with this 3 here, that there was a third party. For some of you, I do feel like you would know already, because it already came to a crashing end. This person feels like they've kind of made a fool of themselves, or they know that their tail's in between their legs, is what I want to say. But what they think about is this experience and how it happened. And by the way, if you guys are curious if this person does have remorse for the things that happened, or if they even care, I definitely get that this person does care, and they do reflect on how they let some sense of like greed or power, or letting their lower selves get in the way of a good thing, is the main thing I'm getting. Because with this first quarter in cardinal, it's like this person thinks about how there was this opportunity with you. There was this opportunity. I'm even hearing for like a fresh start, or like a new way of being. Because with Pluto here, it's giving me that this person, it's almost like there were 2 options, where it's like this person could have, I'm trying to give the metaphor, I'm trying to go on with the metaphor of the car, but like, let's say that this person knew that their car was needed repair, and let's say this person was picking you up and they had this car and they knew it needed repair, but to them, they didn't want to let go of that car because it made them feel cool, or they could drive extra fast in it, or it was a convertible. But this person knew that for a long time they've been needing to let go of this car and get like a new one that's more sustainable and maybe is less cool, but is more durable, let's say like that. And it's like this person, instead of doing what they needed to do, it's like they drove that car anyways, and then they ended up losing out and like crashing and not getting what they wanted out of the circumstance. And it feels like there was something attached to this person's ego, maybe when you met them, and it was like there was this chemistry and there was this spark and this fresh start, but there's this feeling that I'm hearing like, instead of allowing it to be like a humble beginning in which you grow with it and you honor it and you respect it, it's almost like this person acted carelessly, or didn't really sow the seeds for a long-term situation. And they may have, it's almost like they were overexcited about the beginning, and then they completely like made a fool of themselves, or they completely were not able to sustain that energy. And so again, it feels like they put something in between you and in the relationship, and being honorable towards you and being more sustainable. And I also see that 1 is on the back of the deck. And so I feel like this person ended up doing something selfish, even though they knew they had a good thing in front of them. And we also have chaos. So it was really interesting. These are the first cards that came out, with like this Pluto in reverse and chaos. And so it's like they brought some sort of chaos into your life that they could have avoided had they been genuine, and it's almost like had they been vulnerable and just told you like, hey, like this car actually doesn't work, like, and it's a little embarrassing. Or like, let's say if they couldn't get the new car right away, but maybe they needed to just like Uber, like tell people that their car doesn't work or something. But it feels like there was something about this person's ego that stopped them from knowing when they needed to slow down and be vulnerable and be honest about what's going on. And instead, it almost feels like they thought that they could use their limited resources, they thought they could ignore their deficits and engage with you on the same level as if they had made sure that they were being like wholesome, making sure that they weren't taking any shortcuts, making sure that they had good intentions, and that they were being transparent, that they were being honest, so that this beginning wasn't just a beginning. And it just feels like that's what happened here, is like they didn't really have the gas to get all the way there. They didn't really have that, and they thought they could wing it. And it feels like this person really reflects on this crash and burn, and how they allowed, with the moon here in reverse, it's almost like they really think about how at the time they may have been under an illusion and not really noticing this about themselves, but it's become clear to them with the moon in reverse how with the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse position, it's like this person can no longer hide from themselves, and they can no longer hide from the things that they've done to protect their ego. And it's almost like in the past they could convince themselves, but I'm getting that even now this person can't even convince themselves that they made the right decisions or that they did things the right way. And it feels like with the Wheel of Fortune reverse, it's like they've come across negative karma for this, or it's like they've genuinely seen everything crash. And it's like they've lost more than they would have if they would have played it safe, is what I'm getting. And if they would have just admitted to themselves that something they were doing was wrong, or admitting to themselves that they need to go about this in the right way, although that maybe would have required some vulnerability, it almost feels like this person, they had to learn the hard way. Because with the devil being here, again, the devil's energy is very similar to what I'm describing, is like the devil will have us thinking that by over prioritizing one aspect of ourselves, so let's say that this person over prioritized having the car, this is just a metaphor, so this person could have over prioritized anything in their life, so it's like, imagine that we all have needs, right? This person, let's say self-esteem was like this need that this person was over prioritizing over everything else. So it's like this person's putting all their eggs into their self-esteem basket, not realizing that they still need to put energy and effort towards their interrelatedness. So like this is the Maslow hierarchy of needs. It's like, or like let's say this person was neglecting their health. That's the lowest one. Like we need to make sure we're physiologically good, like that we're drinking water, eating food. The next one is making sure we're safe. And then the third one is interrelatedness and connecting with others and genuinely feeling affection and interconnectedness and understanding with other people. It almost feels like this person maybe skimped on putting energy into that need and maybe went for self-esteem or something. And so then they're putting all their eggs in their self-esteem basket, and like it's like the devil's here like, oh, trying to convince this person to give up something in order to get. So it's like the devil's always asking for a sacrifice. It's like, okay, I'll give you this, but you have to give up this. And then the story always goes that they always regret the thing that they gave up. It's like the genie that has a way of or like the Princess and the Frog, like with the frog going to or the prince going to the magician guy. He actually does tarot cards, which is funny to me, but it's like going to him and saying, I want, what does he say? Like, I want a princess or something. I want to be rich or something like that. And it's like, okay, well, we can do that for you, but you'll be a frog. So it's like, you can't enjoy it anyways. And so that's kind of like a metaphor for when we think that it's going to work out in the end if we sacrifice if we aren't balanced, right? If we aren't balanced in the way that we're going about our happiness and getting our needs met. It feels like this person had a great opportunity to have needs met on a level of social relatedness, especially with you. And I feel like there was like this great opportunity for that, but it's almost like this person didn't realize the necessity of that, didn't realize that sacrificing that and being trustworthy and honest within that would bite them in the end. And it feels like they put something above another need that's even more essential. And like, it's like one of those things where it's like, yeah, you maybe have that. Or let's say, for example, people sacrifice all their time to their job because they want self-esteem and respect, but then they're neglecting eating food throughout the day. They're neglecting their family. They're neglecting things where it's like, you're not even going to enjoy that if you aren't tending to other things. And so it feels like this person didn't go about this in a balanced way and ended up suffering the consequences for that. And I feel like with the Pluto being here, like it almost feels like this person, it gives them a bad feeling in their stomach when they think of you, because it's like, it's related to this lesson for them. It's related to this idea that they needed to be more balanced and honest with themselves. And it highlights this issue that they had. So it almost feels like when they think of you, you trigger them because you are a part of this lesson where it's like I feel like they had to lose you, and they had to see how their strategy and the way they were going about their life was not going to bring them happiness. And it's kind of like an ego death that they had to go through. So it's like this person, I think, feels a sense of shame or feels guilty and honestly a sense of shame, because it's like this person, it feels like self-esteem is this issue or something like that. And that can come from a place of shame, right? And so it feels like this person does carry a lot of shame, where because they carry that shame, maybe that's why they felt like it would be more important to do certain things that maybe would big up their ego or big up their sense of self in some way. But it just feels like they ended up with nothing, and they ended up sacrificing everything, and or they ended up losing something that was probably actually very important to them. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna get a sip of water, and then for the next few cards we have walking away. And so I feel like you may have had to walk away from this person. So I feel like that's something that they think about. We have the first chakra, Archangel Michael. We have the sun, and then we also have blossoming abundance. So I feel like what this person thinks about is how, because this person, again, it's with the first chakra here, it's something about, they may have been, it feels like they went about this in a way that was not sustainable, or it feels like they think about how they weren't able to provide you the security and like the sense of safety and security. So you had to walk away. That's something that this person thinks about with the first chakra. How they also think about how it makes sense that you walked away, and they think about how they were not able to add to your life in some capacity. And so they genuinely think about, and I like how this woman is wearing a dress that like matches this. It's almost like you had to walk away to find your peace, is what I'm getting. And it's like this person thinks about you, and what you represent for them is this lesson, essentially, about how important it is to build a strong foundation. Because if you don't give people a strong foundation and you don't add people's foundation, it's always going to be limited, the amount of happiness that you can build with that person. And so it just feels like, with the sun being here, what this person thinks about is how it's like they overestimated things. Because with the sun being here, it's almost making me feel like this person, and the moon in reverse, it's like they weren't able to see the darker parts of what was going on, or it's almost like they were making light of everything. And I feel like now that you've walked away, or now that they've lost certain things in their life as well, with this blossoming abundance, it's like they were banking too hard on things continuing to flourish. And it's like they didn't realize that they had to keep watering the garden. And it's like, just because they have like a seed that's growing well and like it's blossoming, it doesn't mean that your job is done, and that you never have to be responsible like that again. So it almost feels like this person was like stuck in this fast-paced life, or stuck in this fantasy version of their life, or this idea that they could have more good than bad. They almost fell for the illusion that we can create more good and bad in our life. And it's like, what's coming through for me is the realization of, for Buddhism, or in general, a great goal to have in life is for peace, and for like I can't say that word, but for inner peace. And not being like overly joyous can be dangerous too, because then there's a crash that follows. And so it's like the middle path, learning balance. And it's like this person, they think about how they were overly confident, and overly confident that things were going to pan out, and that they would never have their luck change, essentially. And so what they think about is how foolish that was, and how that didn't really pan out for them, essentially. So yeah, let's look at what we're going to look at for the extended reading. I'm going to be doing one, by the way. I don't know if I hadn't mentioned that, but let's see what we're going to look at for the extended reading. What would be most beneficial for pile number 1 to listen to in the extended reading, if they do really feel like this is something that's resonating and they want to go deeper into the message. Also, for the extended reading, since there is less people that go into it, it is more possible to get more of a specific message. So if you do really feel like this is your message, you might want to check that out, because it can get more detailed there. So for pile number 1, what should we look at for their extended? We have Judgment. We have the Sun. We have the Three of Pentacles in reverse, the Nine of Cups in reverse, the Two of Cups, Justice in reverse. Yeah. All right. So in the Devil in reverse. Okay. I feel like what Spirit wants to go into for the extended reading. So with Judgment being here, Judgment is all about the truth of the lesson. So it's kind of like Spirit wants me to go over essentially what you were learning through this person. And when it comes to manifesting your heart's wish, and when it comes to getting your Nine of Cups, especially through relationships here, Spirit essentially just wants to really highlight what you were meant to learn through this. So the Three of Pentacles in reverse, this is totally what I'm getting. It's like this person wasn't being a teammate to you, and it's like there wasn't an equal give and take. And so Spirit really wants to highlight what was maybe hidden from you, or what was distorted, what led you to being so invested in this person. We're going to get messages from your person as well for closure, messages in general. So we're going to get a message from this person, message cards, and then we'll be looking at what you are meant to learn through this, or what judgment call Spirit is calling you to make. And to give you more information why it's beneficial to listen to your heart's truth on this. So that's what we're going to do in the extended reading. I'll have it linked down below. For the YouTube reading, this is what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I really enjoyed doing this reading. If you found value in it, please do hit the like button, subscribe so you don't miss the next Pick a Card reading, put your notifications on so you're notified when I post, and leave a comment if you have the time to do that, because I do love reading them. So have a great rest of your day, and I hope to connect with you again sometime soon. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose the Rose Quartz and the Pastel Journey Tarot, this is going to be your reading where we're looking at what comes to mind, what this person thinks about when you come into their mind. So what do they associate with you when they hear your name, or when they reflect on you, when they think about you? What kind of energy comes to their mind? What are their thoughts? Yeah, so that's what we're going to be looking at. I am going to get a energy check-in really quick just to see how you would describe this dynamic with this person to a friend. So for pile number, I don't know why I'm having a hard time shuffling this, but for pile number 2, Spirit, please tap me in pile number 2. Please help me clearly pick up on how they would describe this person, so they can put this into context for themselves, make sure this is either the person that they're asking about or someone that they do want to hear about. What has the experience been for pile number 2? What would they say about this? I'm going to take it. It's 3 of Wands in reverse. What would they say about this person? I saw the Emperor in reverse. We have the Chariot in the reverse position. Queen of Wands. We have the 10 of Wands, the 5 of Wands, and the 3 of Swords in reverse. Okay. And then the Page of Wands. So what I'm picking up on is it feels like this was a connection with someone where, in order to heal for you, and in order to reclaim your sense of value and worth, and to reaffirm your confidence, like this may have hurt your confidence on a certain level, but it feels like a situation where you decided that you were not going to settle for this situation, because it feels like you made a judgment call, that you were no longer going to fight in order to push this connection forward. Because with the Chariot being in reverse, for me, this talks about when a situation doesn't have the seeds for success. And it feels like you would say this connection was one where you may have felt very internally conflicted about what you wanted to do, or there could have been external conflict with this person. And it's like you would have wanted to continue the journey with this person, or you would have wanted things to have turned out differently. But it feels like you were left with this option of needing to put down the weight or the burden of this connection. Because it's like with the Three of Wands in reverse, you weren't getting what you needed from this, or it wasn't progressing. So with the Three of Wands and the Chariot in reverse, these are both signs that something wasn't flowing, something wasn't working, right? Like we weren't getting returns on our energy, and instead it may have just been something that caused conflict or more chaos in your life than good. So it feels like the bad started to outweigh the good, and it's almost like with the Queen of Wands being here, you had to honor yourself. And even though it hurt, I want to say it may have hurt to like let go of this person, I am getting that it's like you've walked down a new path. Yeah, with the Two of Cups underneath, it could be this was someone I think you do have a lot of love for, but with the Three of Pentacles again in reverse, there's this feeling of a lack of cooperation or a lack of harmony between you and this person, where it no longer made sense to spend your energy trying to make something fit that wasn't fitting. And so that's kind of what I'm getting for this. So hopefully that gives you some idea of who we're going to be talking about for this reading. So I pre-pulled some oracle cards. We're going to start with those. Okay, so I'm going to start with this. We have the Sun. So this is for what your person thinks about, what comes to mind about you when they think of you. We have ripe fruits. And so two hands looking the same. We have Libra. So yeah, I definitely feel like this was someone that you may have had a significant relationship with. It could be romantic, it could be platonic. We have Angel of Love. And we also have When It's Time to Say Goodbye. So what's coming through with these, and we'll go into tarot as well, this person has a lot of nostalgia about you, and there's this feeling that they think about how you gave them, it's like you nurtured them, and they think about this. They think about how with you in their life, it felt like inspiration. It felt like it was giving life. Like it's almost like they see you as someone where wherever you go, you nourish people, you nourish your environment, and they think back to this. They think back to how nurturing you felt to them and how warm you felt. You felt very warm and also beautiful. There's a lot of energy coming through. This person thinks about your beauty, and this feels inside out. So it feels like this person sees you as someone who has beautiful intentions in relationships and really moves to their heart chakra. And it's also like you give freely. There's a sense here that this person thinks of you as someone who gives a lot. And because with this ripe fruit, it's almost like you may have people in your life take from you and like take and see you as a person where your purpose is that. And it almost feels like this person reflects on how freely you gave your energy and what a warmth and sense of love and sense of promise and hope and generosity and kindness that you had. And with this, when it's time to say goodbye, I'm really getting that whatever happened between you and this person, it feels like they see you in a positive light, and they understand that you were balanced and fair with them, and that you are a loving person, and that you do give a lot. It's just like almost like this person doesn't want that to be mistaken, that you are someone who undeniably is fair and gives. And this could be a scenario where this person didn't pull their weight in the connection, or they didn't appreciate you while you were there. This person could have taken you for granted, but the way that they think of you now is how much you gave, how much abundance you provided. They see you as very abundant, and they think about just the beauty that you bring and the sense of, I don't want to say order, but balance. It's like you bring a lot of balance to people. And also I feel like they see you as someone who would help people that maybe are not in a good place. It's like you guys are very generous with your energy, and you you have like such a caring heart, and you're someone who just wants to give to people what you have, you know. All right, yeah, just so the Six of Cups and the Ace of Wands, which I definitely feel those energies for you guys, but I'm almost feeling like taking upright cards, but we'll see what comes out. Can we go more into detail, Spirit, about what pile number two's person thinks about when pile number two comes to mind, please? What do they think about? Yeah, we have the Page of Cups here. So such a light-hearted, beautiful, generous, forgiving energy. They see you as someone who's very forgiving and fun and light-hearted. They think of you this way. Yeah, we have the Three of Swords in reverse. So yeah, there may have been some sort of heartbreaks. This came up for both of you guys. So it feels like if this person, it almost feels like this person may have hurt you. And so they may think of apologizing to you or wanting to do something for you, wanting to return your energy in some way. But let's get some more and then we'll go more into detail. Okay, we have the Hierophant in reverse. We have the Hermit in reverse. We have the Ace of Pentacles. And we have the Queen of Wands also in reverse. And then the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. Again, this really feels like with the Six of Pentacles, this person thinks about how there was this unfair give and take. This person recognizes and thinks about how they didn't give to you in the way you gave to them. And with the Queen of Cups being here, I'm not even surprised to see that, because it's almost like you gave so unconditionally and so freely from your heart to this person. And with the Queen of Swords being here in reverse, it's almost like I feel like for a lot of time you may have tolerated this person even if you weren't happy in the connection or if you weren't getting what you needed. Yeah, because it almost feels like this person thinks about how you had to go after what you want, instead of, yeah, and defending yourself. It's like you decided that you deserve to be happy. But also there's a feeling here with the Queen of Wands in reverse. They feel like they may feel like you are upset with them. I think they're afraid that you would be upset with them. With the Hierophant in reverse, it makes me wonder if this person broke some kind of commitment to you or didn't follow through in some sort of conventional way. Like, for example, if you were super loyal to this person and you always did like what a friend or what a lover should do, or if you guys were in a committed relationship, I feel like this person reflects on how they didn't honor the commitment and whatever this commitment in this relationship required of them. They think about that. And I feel like this person also, with the Hermit being in reverse, I feel like this person may, out of guilt or out of shame in a sense, be hiding from you, is kind of what I'm getting. It's like there's this energy here where it's like they know they should apologize, they know they should make amends or explain themselves or do something, but there's this energy with the Hermit in reverse of almost not even wanting to show themselves. They don't, because they feel a sense of shame in regards to this connection, how they feel about you. It's like they just want to hide away. So that's something they think about, is like they just think about how on the table there should be an apology, and they think about the pain that they've caused or the pain that they've felt as well. So it's like this feeling of thinking about what a person you were and what this connection brought and how much you gave to them and how they didn't give back to you. It's just what I'm feeling. This person thinks of that, and they think about how you have the right to be frustrated with them. And yeah, I'm going to get more though. Let's go deeper into each card. So can we clarify this Page of Cups, please? Yeah, the Knight of Wands. They're thinking about how they haven't been taking action. They're thinking about how there's some kind of action that they're holding back from taking, even though they know they should do that. Why is the Hermit here in reverse? Yeah, it's like they're hiding, remember? It's like I said that they're hiding. It's like the Seven of Swords here. This person, they know that they don't, it's like they're just taking the L, is what I would say. In their mind, it's almost like, I don't even want to bother pile number two with my energy any further, because, and there's a self-deprecating energy coming through. It's like they don't even believe that they can really make an effort or change anything. It's like there's kind of this lack of I want to say lack of accountability or lack of understanding that they could benefit the situation by taking action or taking accountability and speaking about that. But there's almost this feeling of, I'd rather just kind of hide away. I'd rather sneak away so I don't have to face this. Can we clarify the Three of Swords in reverse? The Emperor in reverse. Again, there's something coming through about what this person didn't do for you or how they didn't take control. Because for me, with the Emperor being in reverse here, it's like maybe this person, when they had the ability to step up for you or take some sort of, add some sort of structure to your life to protect you. I want to say even to protect you. Maybe this person failed at protecting you or failed at taking care of you in some way or giving to you. And it may have been the thing that caused the heartbreak. So there's something about an action that they didn't take, something that they didn't do. And it's almost like I'm kind of getting like a cowardly energy or an energy where this person maybe at one point knew that they should step up and do something for you or step up to the plate really, to help you in some capacity, but there's almost this feeling that they didn't do that. And that is maybe what caused a lot of heartbreak, or it's like, again, they didn't follow through on an agreement, or even if it wasn't a actually spoken agreement, it's almost like I'm hearing like girl code or just like what it means to be a decent partner. So things like thinking of you when they make plans, thinking of you when, being empathetic towards you and considering your experience and having that be a part of their actions. And it almost feels like this person maybe acted more self-interested or kind of took you for granted is what I would say. Why is the Ace of Pentacles here? What are they thinking about in regards? We have Death. Get some water. I'm going to move the camera just a bit better. Okay. And so I'm hearing the song by The Weeknd where it's like, who are you getting sprung for now? And so if this isn't a if this is a platonic relationship, I mean, make it fit for your situation. But there's a feeling here of this person reflecting on where you maybe have gone since this connection, or what you're focused on now. What's new in your life? What have you moved on to? And what are, either depending on your timeline, it's almost like if this was more recent, this person does think about, it's almost like they don't want to see. I'm getting that this person, it's almost like they're avoiding you because it does hurt them to reflect on themselves in this connection and potentially having lost you due to their own actions. And it's like now this person is wondering what you're moving on to. Why is the Hierophant here in reverse? We have the Five of Cups. Yeah, so it's like, again, there's regret and a sense of grief in regards to the way that they may have even betrayed you for some of you, or at the very least, it just feels like they didn't honor your energy and didn't do right by you in some sense. And so this person thinks about how they've lost the commitment with you, or they've lost like your dedication or your loyalty, because I feel like you gave this person a lot of loyalty, or you gave this person a lot of energy. You always looked out for this person. And there's this sense of them reflecting on how they may have frustrated you or angered you or even made you mad by like not taking the right actions in the past that would have honored this relationship, that would have been what was committed to, or it's either like what was committed to or what you gave to them. It's like there wasn't a reciprocity. Why is the Queen of Wands here in reverse? We have the Fool here in the reverse position. And so this person, I feel like they reflect on how they acted foolishly, or they may have done certain things without even thinking. And I feel like this person thinks about how they've made a fool of themselves. And so it's almost like they kind of imagine like a movie in this person's mind where they're almost just reflecting on the things that they did that maybe they feel bad or stupid about. Excuse me. And it's almost like they picture you just being very frustrated. And I don't even think that's the case. Like, I think you are someone who forgives people. And I think you are someone that, there maybe was some resentment here, but I feel like this person kind of blows it up in their own mind. And it's almost like they imagine you being very judgmental of them. And it's like causes them a lot of regret, or it causes them a sense of shame for not leveling, for not matching up, almost in the sense of like, when, well, the reason why we have guilt is it's a good thing, because it's like there's certain protocols and ways we're supposed to act in society, right? That are just agreed upon as the standard, like a good standard. And so it feels like this person thinks about how they fell short of a standard, and they do feel a strong amount of shame for this, and they do imagine that you want nothing to do with them. That's coming through, and that you are moving on, and they just basically wonder and think about that as well. Let's get some more oracle cards. What comes to pile number 2's person's mind when they think of pile number 2? Gosh, okay. We have chaos and conflict. We have to the sea. And here and now. And then not for you at the back of the deck. Yeah, so I feel like this person is very stuck in the past, is what I would say. So I feel like they spend a lot of time thinking about the past and having regrets and playing things over in their mind. And I feel like with the chaos and conflict, I don't know if you guys disagreed, or either it's like because what the 5 of Wands was in your reading, so they may think back to some kind of a conflict that you had, and it's like they may think that they may have been stubborn in the moment, but it's almost like now that you've moved on with To the Sea, it feels like you've kind of this person really thinks about how you've accepted a willingness to move away from choppy waters, to move away from situations that were bringing you more chaos and negativity than good in your life. And so it's like this person thinks about how you've done that, and how like this relationship, they think about how they did bring a sense of disruption to your life. And I feel like this person thinks about how they didn't really take accountability for it when maybe there was frustrations about it. And I feel like there is regret for that, because it's almost like it just feels like you just moved on because of that. And now it's kind of showing them their past actions. And I feel like this person's having a hard time being in the present, because it's like they have regrets, and it's kind of like this person feels haunted, if anything, by this experience. And I feel like it really has taught them a lesson. And I feel like it's almost like someone, maybe they were used to interacting with people that were more snaky than you or something, or maybe it's like they learned that from their family or something. But there's just this feeling here where it's like, I was treating this person in a way that they just really didn't deserve, and it's like they never had those intentions towards me, and I'm just kind of realizing how I maybe am immature. It's like you've highlighted this person's immaturity and where they still need to grow. And yeah, and I think this person is still just wondering where you're headed. There's a sense of like this person reflecting on the past, but then because with here and now, I'm almost getting it reversed. It's like with the future, they're just wondering where you're going to go, and like, if what that's going to look like. But there is this sense of avoiding that in general, and not really wanting to look at things right now. It's like this person doesn't really want to accept what's happening. And I kind of wanted to read you just a little bit of the when it's time to say goodbye. They really see you as someone who had to walk away from this to protect your peace. So I feel like this first paragraph here is what they feel about you, and this next one is how you feel. So this is from their perspective, I would say. It says, when it's time to say goodbye, it's time to end one way of being and move on to a new chapter in your life. This can be accompanied by pain, because you have to say goodbye to someone you love, someone who meant something to you, someone important. You may not want to let go, but you must face the loss and grief and bless what was. So that's this energy that they're in. And I feel like the energy that they think about you're in. This is how they picture you. They picture you. Other times it's necessary that you purposefully put an end to something. Perhaps you need to walk away from an unhealthy relationship to be true to yourself. Or maybe a connection has just run its course and that's just how it is. Right now, you're meant to close the door on a part of your life so you can begin something new, something meaningful, designed for your beautiful self-expression, success, and happiness. You can be sure it's time. It's time for a different experience, a more aligned, authentic way for you to be in the world. You've come so far. Be brave and bless all that has come before now. Who will you become? Such magic awaits. They imagine that you're on to this new beginning while they're kind of stuck in this grieving process. And it's not that I just heard it's like almost like they envy you, or they see you as better than them, and they kind of are grappling with that feeling that they have about it. But this person really sees you as someone who had to make this decision to move on, and now you're on to bigger and better things, is basically what they think about, and how you kind of just decided that this wasn't meant to be in your life for the long run. So they're reflecting on that. They're reflecting on the past, how it got to that point, and they're in this process of kind of just trying to accept the truth of this, and all the truth that comes with it. But I do believe they are struggling with it because they are avoiding accountability, or they feel that much shame, essentially, which would point to me that they're having a harder time healing from it. But we will see. I guess you will see how this turns out. But now for the extended reading, I'm going to get messages from this person for closure, since it feels like you are moving on from them. We're going to get a message from this person's higher self, what they want you to know, what they would say to you, like from their heart. We'll also be getting message cards for you. So if that sounds interesting for you, I will have it linked down below. That's what I have for the YouTube reading. Thank you so much for being here. If you do value these kinds of readings and what I do appreciate if you're able to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Put your notifications on so you are able to get notified when the next reading comes out. And I hope to see you at the next reading. Have a great rest of your day. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose the Wayhome Tarot in the Black Obsidian Crystal, this is going to be your reading where we're looking at what comes to this person's mind when they think of you. So what kind of thoughts they have. Honestly, like, what do you inspire in them? Yeah, it can be different for anyone. So just to kind of focus the reading, we are going to do an energy check-in just to help you feel confident that we are talking about the person either you have in your mind or someone else that you are curious about what comes to their mind when they think of you. So Spirit, please have me in. For this reading, or for this pile, for some reason, I'm feeling called to do upright cards. So I'm just going to follow that. There will be an extended reading if you really do feel like this resonates. I want to do a message from this person, and we'll be getting message cards and advice for you in general about this connection or anything else you need to hear. So if you do really feel like it resonates and you want to support the channel, I will have that link down below. Let's get into it. So for pile number 3, please. What would pile number 3 tell a friend about this connection, this person? What would pile number 3 tell a friend? We have the 9 of Swords. I don't know why I'm laughing at that. We have the 9 of Wands, the 2 of Cups, the 3 of Pentacles, Justice, and the Ace of Cups. Also the 6 of Wands at the back of the deck. Okay, so I feel like you have mixed emotions about the person that we're tapping into. There's a feeling here that it's almost like you don't really know if you trust this person, but it feels like there's this deep connection here, like a deep kind of, this feels like a spiritual kind of connection. And what I mean by that is it's almost intense in a way, and it's almost like you recognize this person on a deeper level that doesn't really make sense to the logical mind. I feel like you may have had reason to believe or doubt in this person, because I feel like with this 9 of Wands, I feel like you've either had experiences with this person or other people in the past that have hurt you, or it's like with the 9 of Wands being here, for me, it's that card where you've had experiences that have wounded you, and you're still pursuing and pushing on this journey. And for some of you, I'm getting that it could be that spiritual connection I'm talking about, or it could be a sort of soulmate kind of person. So um, it may be for some of you guys, one camp, this person could literally be that person that um, you felt confused about, or this somehow impacts how you feel about the person we're about to talk about. Because with the Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups being here, this makes me feel like you do hope for authentic, genuine love with this person. I feel like you do want success with this person. Yeah. We even have the 10 of Pentacles. You may even see a long-term future with this person that we're talking about. But with the Five of Swords, it's almost like you have reason to doubt yourself, or there maybe is sort of a self-sabotage energy that you may now have because of previous experiences in regards to collaborating with others and trusting other people. It may be that you have had your loyalty betrayed. And so it feels like a main focus for you when it comes to this connection is that you want things to be fair and balanced. Like you don't want to be taken advantage of. You want something where it's like what energy you put in is the energy they put in. And it's like you want this collaborative energy with this person. But with the Nine of Swords, this tells me that you do have a lot of fear when it comes to opening your heart and opening yourself up to trying in this connection, is what I want to say. So there's fears here, but there's also excitement and potential for success, potential for a positive relationship, even a soulmate kind of relationship here, where this person, although you've experienced certain downfalls or you've experienced pain on this journey to finding relationships that are authentic and genuine, you do have fears moving forward, but it's like you're continuing to fight, and it's almost like you're continuing to fight for love, is what I want to say with the Ace of Cups being here and the Two of Cups. It's like you want to keep your heart open. It's like a part of you, your heart is closing a little bit because of past experiences, but it hasn't closed. And it feels like this person is of interest to you, although you have doubts about it. You do have hopes. You have fears and hopes in regards to this person. And so this feels like a more fresh energy. This doesn't feel like a situation that is way from the past or something. So some of the other piles, it did feel like a more past connection, or like one that came to a hard end. For this, it feels like there's anticipation of the future. Like, what's the future going to bring? And not being sure about that. So I would say that's kind of the energy of this pile. And I don't want to make it sound overly negative either. I'm not getting an overly negative vibe. I'm getting that some of the fears you have about this person, this connection, definitely are related to past experiences and starting to doubt positive outcomes in your life. Because I'm kind of getting once bitten, twice shy. That's what I'm hearing. It's like when we get hurt one time, we definitely pull away from that situation, but then the next time we may be shy again because of that experience that we've had. So I'm going to look now. We're going to get tarot. I don't know why I'm like doing this differently than the other piles. But we're going to be I already pre-pulled some oracle cards for you. So I'll pull those out periodically as we do the tarot. So Spirit, what comes to pile number 3's person's mind when they think of pile number 3? We have the Magician. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Star. See, I love this energy. I'm getting like a pretty positive vibe here. So again, I guess I don't want to say this because I know that some of you guys are fearful in regards to this, but this would be a pile where there hasn't been any serious like negative energy this person's given you. Like, I don't think this person's really given you a strong reason to think they're going to hurt you. It's just like past experiences that make you think that. Okay, so what does pile number 3's person think about? We have the Daughter of Wands here. I believe that is the page. Yeah, it is the page. It's the Page of Wands. It's like this new path. I feel like this is like a new beginning or something. We have the Empress, yes. So this person literally sees you. With the Nine of Pentacles coming out too, I was just getting this feeling of abundance. Like this person sees you as incredibly independent. And what comes to their mind is just how abundant you are and how this person really honors you and really wants to make this work with you. So what comes to their mind is this opportunity, this new path. And I love that there's these fireworks here. You make this person feel really happy, really excited, and hopeful. You give this person a lot of hope for the future. So that's what comes to their mind, which is really cool. We have the devil here coming out as well. Interesting. And then we have the Father of Swords at the back of the deck. Yeah, and so what I'm kind of getting, and I like the Ten of Pentacles is still here somehow, even though I shuffled a bunch, and the Five of Swords. Okay, so what this is telling me is that this person actually mirrors your energy, where I think this person is actually looking to build something strong, but it's almost like they also have fears and doubts from their past that causes them to be discerning. So it's like this person maybe is trying to hold back. It's almost like they're not trying to put all their eggs in one basket, but it's like they are hopeful. And it's almost like what this person thinks about especially is this sense of independence you have that really draws them in, because I feel like with the devil being here, this is telling me that this person has had issues in the past with the relationships, potentially being codependent or having certain people like enmeshing with people and maybe feeling very responsible or guilty or really tied to certain people that really brought them down. Or it's almost like they maybe even lost a certain level of hope that they could find a relationship that could be healthy and could be truly what they're looking for. And so with the Magician being here, I feel like this person actually is on some level manifesting your exact energy, because I feel like this person is, with the Star here, it's like they're healing from some sense of codependency or some toxic relationship, toxic energies that they've dealt with. And when it comes to you, this person, it's like you give them hope, because it's like you give them hope that they won't, that there is potential to meet someone that is complete within themselves. So this person really thinks about this level of completeness that really is attractive to them. This fact that you aren't coming to the relationship asking for healing. They see you as an equal counterpart and someone who brings a lot to the table, and someone who's able, this person even has hope that through walking down this path with you, which feels right to them, they may be able to heal and rewrite some of the pain of the past. That's really coming through. But it's funny that the Father of Swords is here, because there is this discernment, and what the Father of Swords tells me, that this person has also had certain experiences where they now know what to look out for, and they know how to tell it like it is. And it's like this person isn't immature, and it's like this person has recently grown from their own experiences, and I feel like they've learned what they want in a person, and this person has been really moving away and releasing anything that was a part of a fear-based connection, or one that was going to almost like loop them in. There's an energy here where this person maybe would get looped into toxic people, or they'd end up giving a lot, or they'd feel like people would, I don't know, kind of like latch onto them and then like feed off of them. That sounds really scary, but that's what I'm kind of seeing. And so for your oracle cards, which look really beautiful, we have Neptune, we have Synchronicity. So there's a lot here about this person feeling like meeting you is destined. It's like this person feels this sense of soul connection, this sense that they've been led down a path. It's almost like this person is co-creating. We have Cast Your Sacred Symbols. We have South Node versus North Node, which, oh my gosh, totally aligns with this energy. Which for me, the devil is this South Node energy, this energy that they're trying to walk away from, this energy that's no longer serving them. And it's like this person's leveling up. And so what they think about is how you feel like this match for their North Node. You feel like this match for where they're trying to go. And it's almost perfect. It's almost too perfect. And this person is cautious still, which is a good thing. We also have what the sunbeams have to show, and we have it's time to dance around the sun. So this person, when they think of you, they think of honestly like abundance. Like this person thinks that you have that, number one, that you're spiritual. This person sees you as spiritual. This person sees you as someone who um, makes an impact wherever you go. Because with cast your sacred symbols, this is someone who, by being who they are and by being authentic and being in touch with the divine and spirit, it's like this person sees you as someone who is just on another level. It's almost like something that they've never seen before is something that I'm getting, but it's almost like this person, you feel like you're roped in or you're hand in hand with the feeling of when we have certain spiritual experiences, or we are like having an ascension, I want to say, or like let's say we're coming out of a ego death or like dark night of the soul or something, and it's like we're on this energy where it's like spirits everywhere and we're just seeing synchronicities, because synchronicity and Neptune very much talk about this energy of, through the connection of the divine, it's like you start seeing the divine everywhere and you start being in sync very much more easily. It's almost like you're much more receptive to the messages that the divine is trying to give you. And so this refers to when we're like trying to manifest through trusting in the divine and where the divine is taking you, and having faith that they will bring you your desires and what's best for you. And as you continue to take risks and just with that faith in the divine, the divine will give you all these breadcrumbs if you're brave enough to follow them, if you're trusting enough to follow them, if you have enough faith to follow them, and it will always bring you what you're looking for. And so this person, really what they think about is how you are that. They feel like you are in this alignment with where they're trying to go in their life is something that they think about. And they also feel like with time to dance around the sun, this person feels like you've reached some kind of success, or that this person, you embody what this person values is what's coming through really strong. And they almost feel like it's like not even real or something. It's like there's this energy here where it's like I can't really believe my eyes, or I can't even believe that such a person that I've been looking for is like right here, that this path is finally in front of me. So this person feels like it's just unreal almost. And I feel like even a part of them is afraid of being delusional. So this person does think about, like with this Father of Swords, it's like they don't want to get too carried away. And so they have like 1 foot in reality and 1 foot in the divine is what I'm kind of getting, which is actually the stars energy, where it's like this person is hopeful about you, but they also are cautious because they know what to be cautious for. They don't want to fall into any delusions. This person thinks about how they don't want to celebrate too soon, but they're pretty excited. Like that's the energy I'm getting, which is super cool. I'm definitely loving this energy. All right, let's get some more oracle cards. What comes to pile number 3's person's mind when they think of pile number 3? Yeah, we have message in a bottle. There's something about you that's extremely divinely guided, or they feel extremely connected to you, or like it's like you're an answer to their prayers. I'm actually almost freaking out now because of message in a bottle is almost the same card as synchronicity. So there may be something really synchronistic about meeting you or knowing you. They may just feel like super drawn to you, or they may feel like all signs point to you. Or they may even feel with this cast your sacred symbols, it's like you may have left a mark on them somehow, or it just feels like whatever your imprint is. And it's almost like this energy where we all have our own unique soul imprint that we energy that we carry and how we influence things. So it almost just feels like this person recognizes yours. And so it's like they recognize you actually at a really, really deep level. And I'm hearing like follow the yellow brick road. This person feels like they're following some kind of path, and it's like you are a part of it. And so I just watched Push recently. If you guys have seen Push, I was actually like talking about how it was kind of, a lot of people didn't see it, or there was a lot of other movies out, but Push is that like superhero movie. And it's like there's all these synchronicities and these things that are leading them to like the girl that like is important to the whole plot. And there's almost this energy like that about this, where it's like, oh, you're the one I've been looking for. And I don't know why I want to say we, but there's just this energy of I've found what I'm looking for. Yes, this is the divine has put a stamp of approval that I cannot ignore. And so there's this really like divinely guided and I don't want to say coincidental, but like otherworldly vibe about this and like how they feel about you. And I feel like there's almost this part of them that's afraid that it's too good to be true. And so with the devil here, I feel like they're almost afraid that this is like the devil's trick or something, but it's almost like they've gotten so many synchronicities about you that they feel like, I can't describe it, it's like they feel like divine is written all over you. They feel like you're literally walking around in like green lights. In that same way that like we put an intention out into the universe, like, I really want to find a line of philosophy that really helps me level up spiritually. Like sometimes I'll put that intention out and then I'll randomly come across one and it's like the one, and it's kind of like that feeling. It's like, oh, this is the one. This is the one I've been looking for, the one I've been searching for. I hope it's not too good to be true, but it's just insane that this message in a bottle comes through because it's like this person just feels like super drawn to you. And it's like they've had confirmations that you are the right path, essentially. Okay, let's get some more, please. What comes to pile number 3's person's mind? Yeah, fork in the road. It's almost like this person has been wondering where to go or what to do. And it's like there's this path. It's like this energy, because with this Page of Wands or this Daughter of Wands here, there's just this feeling of like this person letting the divine tell them where to go. There's this energy where they've surrendered to the divine, or they've really surrendered on some capacity, and it's all signs point to you. The path that's to you is all lit up. And so I'm also seeing like in Avatar: The Last Airbender when the Cave of Two Lovers, that episode where essentially like these two lovers had to separate because it was kind of like Romeo and Juliet vibes, where they're from two different places, and they basically carved out, and they were earthbenders, so they carved out this like maze that no one could get through, that it would like you would get lost in it, but they put these little like stones on the top that would glow in the dark. And so people would always try to walk through with fires, and then they would never find the path. They would just get lost, and like they could eventually like die in that. But the two of them put these like reflective, like glow in the dark jewels or something on the top so they could always find their way to each other. And it's almost like the lights went out and the path to you is glowing. It just like in that. So if you guys know what I'm talking about, then you guys will know what I'm saying. But if you guys haven't seen that, it's just essentially explaining that there's just this energy where it's like I found you again. It's almost this energy of we'll never be lost if we follow our path, if we trust in spirit and we're led by spirit, we will always like find each other. And so it almost feels like this feels pretty big. It feels very emotional, like this energy here. We have Truth Be Told here as well. And then we have Poise at the back of the deck. And so I don't know with Truth Be Told here, if this person, for some of you, maybe they didn't see this or something like that, but it's almost like there's no denying this truth. Even if it scares them, and even if they feel concerned, it's almost like with this Poise energy at the back of the deck, it's like they think about how you're ready, like you have the whole package, you have everything ready, like for them, almost is what I'd want to say. And with Truth Be Told, yeah, it's like they're getting these truths about where they should go, or like what path they should walk down, what path to go down based on the truth of their heart, their authentic, what they really want. They're just like, they're in this inner truth that you are what they want. And for some of you, that this was like that relationship that had been going on for a while, like it could be this person has had a revelation, or this could be a new person. But just the most important thing is that you resonate with this kind of synchronistic energy or this spiritual energy around this connection where it feels almost larger than life, or like there's weird synchronicities about this person that are just hard to ignore. Um, yeah. And it feels like for you guys, it feels like you guys really have been working on yourself internally. And it feels like you have been on this journey to get to where you're at. And it's like now where you are at, it's like it feels like you have started to really embody this Empress energy and this Nine of Pentacles, and this confidence energy that you have. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys, pile number 3. I am going to be doing an extended reading where we're going to be looking at what this person would want to say to you. So we'll be getting messages from them as well. I also want to see like what is happening next in this connection or what to expect next, and then just overall guidance from spirit, whatever else you need to know. Yeah, so if you guys felt like this really resonated, I will have that link down below. If you guys also find value to these readings and you see the vision for what we're doing here, I really do appreciate if you're able to leave a comment, if you're able to hit the like button, if you have time to do those things. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next pick a card reading. And if you put your notifications on, you'll get notified when I post. So I hope to see you guys at the next reading, and I hope you also have a great rest of your day. Yeah.